Hi guys, welcome to another episode of our mega series, episode number 5, where in this series we talk about all the finance and accounting qualifications that are recognized in India and overseas that most of the students that I've spoken to are confused about. The mega series consists of a detailed understanding of 7 different qualifications: ACCA, CA, CFA, CMA US, today's topic CPA US, and 2 other topics which will be coming up very soon. Hopefully you guys will be able to make an informed decision after watching this mega series, and stay tuned till the end because throughout the video I'll be asking 3 questions where I'll expect you all to go and answer it in the comment, and we will choose any one winner who answers all the 3 questions correctly and provide you all any of our courses for free. If you have watched Shawshank Redemption, the protagonist over there is actually a US CPA where he tells all the prison inmates that because he's a chartered accountant of the US, he knows how they can really manage their books of accounts, manage their taxes, etc, etc. So if you watch the movie, you will see that the profile of this guy is a US CPA. Like that, there are multiple. I remember watching Suits. I remember a few other, I don't know if it was shows or movies where they spoke about CPA. And whenever you hear this, if you're watching anything, remember that they're referring to the US CA, which is called Certified Public Accountants. It is the chartered accounting of US. Now in India, this has been the case. It's been recognized since many years. And in this video, we're going to cover what exactly is CPA. Are you eligible for it? What is the scope of it, the opportunity for it in India, overseas, and all about the exam. So first thing is, let me give you a brief introduction on CPA, right? CPA is the body which conducts the exam, which holds the syllabus, is called AICPA, the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Right, based out of obviously US, they have offices in India. There are, like our Indian CA, CPA also covers everything in the field of chartered accounting. So it covers accounts, finance, audit, tax, law of the US, all this obviously of the US, where some subjects are very particular to the US and some subjects are conceptual. So I'll come to that in a bit. Now, when it comes to the eligibility, right, this is the most confusing part about CPA for Indian students. The primary reason of confusion is because most of us want to, we are used to thinking that we can start our chartered accounting as soon as we've given grade 12. There are some qualifications where you need to become a graduate. Like the simplest one is an MBA, that you need to have completed your bachelor's. However, CPA follows the US system. You need to obviously clear your 12th plus 4 years of education, which means 3 years of your bachelor's and minimum 1 year of your master's. So in India, what happens is most people end up giving 1 year of MCom, or they'll end up completing their full master's, MBA, etc. And that's when they become eligible for CPA. Now within this, there are a lot of criteria, right? You can actually start studying for the exams and appearing for the exams even at the end of your bachelor's in some scenarios. However, remember one simple thing: to ensure that your CPA certification is valued in the market, you should aim at completing your master's. Next, let me talk about the opportunities in India. Now, for CPA, I've seen that many massive companies, right, whether they're US based or global, they consider CPA, US CPA, equivalent to that of Indian CAs, which means if you're a fresher as in you've completed CPA and you have enough work experience to be equivalent to a CA. If you do that, your salary package ranges anywhere between 6 to 10 lakhs depending on what kind of company, what kind of profile, what kind of experience you have prior, and what exactly is the role that the company is looking for. 6 to 8 lakh. What kind of companies? Well, obviously the big 4, KPMG, Deloitte, PwC, EY, Grant Thornton, BDO. I name these 6 in most cases because all of these companies recognize the qualifications we talk about. But there are also companies like Amazon, Apple, Capgemini, multiple US companies, in fact even global companies that accept US CPA. Now remember, CPA also can apply to Singapore CPA, Australian CPA, Canadian CPA. We are obviously referring to the US CPA. When it comes to going international, when it comes to going overseas, CPA is again mainly obviously recognized in the US, but by default very well recognized also in Canada. I know chartered accountants from India who have their own practice, who are in their 30s and they wanted to move overseas. So they had actually called to ask, should I do ACCA or CPA? And the ones who wanted to go to certain countries, specifically US, obviously we guided them to do CPA. They landed up finishing CPA, and right now they're actually working in the US. In the US, you can even work in a US CPA firm or in any company that is hiring you as a chartered accountant. So the scope again just explodes. In fact, I've heard that in US, the salary package you can expect can range between $60,000 to $100,000 in the first couple of years of you being a CPA. Obviously, assuming that you are good at the role that you've been offered. So, if you think about it at a global level or Indian level, CPA is definitely a great qualification worth recognizing for any major brand that you go to work for. Next, let me talk about the academic structure. Now, when it comes to the academic structure, CPA has basically only 4 exams that will on an average take you 1 year to complete. The 4 exams are, by the way, this has changed from 2024, okay? So, as of right now, the first exam is called FAR, Financial Accounting and Reporting. The second exam is called Regulation, REG. The third exam is called Audit, which is obvious. The fourth subject is actually a choice that you have from 3 options. First option is BAR, Business Analysis and Reporting, which is an extension of Financial Accounting and Reporting. Second is called ISC, which is an extension of the audit paper. And the third one is called TCP, which is an extension of your regulations paper. Question number 1. Are there any negative markings when it comes to the CPA exams? Pause this, answer in the comments below. Also, the passing rate, which means how many people end up clearing the CPA exam on an average, just like our other global qualifications of ACCA, CFA, CMA, you have around 50% of a passing rate, which means every out of 10 students giving the exam, 5 on an average clear. And to clear these exams per paper, you need on an average 75% per exam to clear these exams. Lastly, when it comes to the format of the exam, all of these exams are now computer-based, right? There's nothing, you don't have to take a pen, paper and really write these exams. Also, the work experience. We know that CA's articleship used to be 3 years, now it's 2 years. ACCA's articleship equivalent is also 3 years. CFA is also 3 years. Similarly, CPA has anywhere between 1 to 2 years, depending on which of the 50 states did you register to start studying for your CPA. Question number 2. Is there any mandatory pattern sequence of in which you have to give the CPA exams, or can you jumble it up and give it in any order? And finally, the fee structure. The biggest concern of any Indian student who's thinking about CPA. Well, first and foremost, any of these professional qualifications from your CA to these international qualifications all range anywhere between 2 to 5 lakhs. CPA particularly is around between 4 to 5 lakhs, which includes all the details. It includes exam fees, study material, registration fee. There are a lot of miscellaneous hidden fees. I'm including it all. Plus you add training if you want to give it in another country, which before 2021, there was no exam center in India. People would go to Dubai or US. So you take into account all permutation combinations, the total fees will come between 4 to 5 lakh, which you will have to pay across a year. So if you're thinking about the return on investment on the fees, remember that as long as you get a good package, which will be anywhere between, like I said, 6 to 10 lakhs, you will more than easily recover the entire CPA cost in less than a year. Question number 3. As of 2024 beginning, as of February, how many cities have CPA exam centers? So finally, is this the right qualification for you? Well, the best way to answer this is, so there are 2 kinds of candidates generally who think about CPA. First are obviously chartered accountants. If you're a CA, right, it's a great sort of additional qualification for you if either you want to go to the US or in your existing firm, in existing company, or an opportunity you can see where doing a CPA will help you jump in that opportunity. If you're just doing CPA to collect a qualification, then I would not recommend it. It will not really add that much value. However, the fact that you're a CA means you have enough experience, you've studied all these at least conceptually, so giving the CPA exam should not be that difficult. Second, let's say you're a candidate who's probably in college, maybe a graduate, maybe work for a couple of years, you don't have any major qualification with you and you want to add something to your CV and you came across CPA. Well, the biggest advantage for CPA, besides the fact that it's well recognized, is that you can get done with it in a year. You don't have to spend a very long time. But that being said, I have seen that if you are not sure, again, that you can foresee opportunities through CPA, then just studying CPA and then searching for something is not a very, not Zell's recommendation generally. You need to know why you want to study it. Only then it will make sense for somebody like us to actually take up CPA as your primary only qualification above your master's or bachelor's. Lastly, of course, if you're in college and you're watching this, then please don't think about it. There's no point. You can only give it after a couple of years. Instead, for all these, whether you're a chartered accountant wanting to go overseas, whether you are a fresher graduate or you are in college, you also have the other options that we've discussed in these mega series like ACCA and CMA and CFA. So please do have a look. And as always, if there's anything that we've left, please leave it in the comments. We'll make a video specifically for that.